All right, well, this morning we are putting a spotlight on a Black-owned barbershop, finding a way to give back to the youth in the community through basketball.
This is so cool. KVUE's Jessica Cha spoke to the owner of the Connect ATX. And Jessica, how are they helping kids bring their A game?
Well, Hannah, a barbershop and basketball, you might not see the correlation right away, but much like the name of the shop, the owner says they're all about connection and making sure they can offer a helping hand in bridging gaps. And I spoke with Carlos Smith, the owner of the Connect ATX, and he says there aren't a lot of Black-owned barbershops in Austin, so making his space a comfortable place for people to gather was so important to him. And he says 3 years ago, his son became interested in playing basketball. And being a former athlete himself, he thought making a club for other kids his son's age could be a way to give back. And he says it gives kids the space to get better at a sport, but also teaches them that they have access to resources and to learn skills that they may otherwise not have had before. And he says he sees the impact it makes on kids every day.
You could just see it in the kids where like a lot more smiling, a lot more communicative. Kids' grades is, becoming better, so like I just feel like we're helping the kids become all around better people, better young men.
Absolutely. Smith says they have around 50 kids on this team whose ages range from 11 to 16. And he says that since they're a competitive team, kids also get to travel across the country for games and tournaments. And Smith says the money to fund this team comes from their barbershop, from parents and donors. And he says they are looking for a practice space of their own. So if you'd like to help them get there, I'll have a link to their website in this article on KVUE.com. Now, I was in choir and I loved the community that it gave me, so I'm sure that this basketball thing is really meaningful to the kids.
Yeah, you have a sense of camaraderie and just working as a team. By the way, the barbershop is off of Shoal Creek, right? You mentioned.
Right around the corner, yeah.
So we need to find them a practice space, like you said.
We do. I am determined for this, and I love what you said about their grades going up. It makes a difference, that morale boost, and not every child has that connection at home. So I think that's really cool. Thank you, Jessica.